Well, what are you guys going to do? The same act? You wear the same fakakta suits? You'll scare people away. Thank you.
You are such a disappointing pair.
I'm going to become a priest.
You contemptible pig.
You gotta learn not to talk to nuns that way.
White men, white women, the swastika is calling you.
Ho, 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 ho.
No problem.
Back to that same old place, sweet home, Chicago.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
They're not gonna catch us. We're on a mission from God.
You just tell us where they are, and there'll be no trouble.
Use of unnecessary violence in the apprehension of the Blues Brothers has been approved.
Are you the police?
No, ma'am. We're musicians.
And welcome to a new episode of the Movie Dawgs Show. All right, folks, we're talking about the Blues Brothers. Came out in 1980. It is the trademark of musical comedies, if you ask me. I mean, it's the signature character for John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd, who were at the time one of the best comic duos, hot off from Saturday Night Live. It was one of the first Saturday Night Live skits to be made into a movie. I absolutely love this film. There was so many great moments in this film. You're watching one of them right now at the church that James Brown, legendary soul singer, is preaching, where Joliet Jake gets to see the light, and he realizes that they got to put back the band after getting out of prison, and they're on a mission of God, and they go around trying to recruit the old band, and just a lot of hijinks ensues. Great musical numbers with Ray Charles when it comes to singing the song Shake It, I believe is the name of it. It just, God, I love this movie. And even my kids loved it growing up. Of course, it didn't do very well when it first came out. But, of course, cable and home video market. The car chase scenes in this film is just outlandish. I think there's been more car wrecks in this movie than I'd have to say on I-75 here in Florida. It was one of the last times Cab Calloway, who sung Minnie the Mooch in the film, it was one of his last film roles. And, of course, the man lived on for a few more years. The Illinois Nazis, again, there's another great scene where, as you can see here, the car flipping erratically over the Illinois Nazi. Again, where they're flying around here. And one of my favorite scenes is one of them goes up to the other head Nazis and says, "I've always loved you." And right before the last thing he ever hears before he dies is that, "I always loved you." Again, I just love this film. It's so much fun. And it pokes fun. It lampoons everybody in type of situations. Another great moment is where you can see they're driving underneath the L, and the Chicago cops are crashing. Just the most ridiculous car crashes in the world. Aretha Franklin, when she was singing "Freedom," in the cafe, the way the Blues Brothers were just sitting there and watching her sing and lecturing to her husband, and then they jump in and start dancing. Of course, the Blues Mobile went through all that crap. Literally was given like a life of its own, though it was never really said, but it was kind of like its own living being, collapsing right there in front of them as soon as they made it to the house, and it's just knowing that that was like kind of heartbreaking for me. That was they had an attachment. So many great cameos, musicians, and again, you had John Lee Hooker, Ray Charles, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, so many great soul singers in this film, and Belushi was a punk rocker. He enjoyed punk rock music, and Dan Aykroyd introduced him to blues, especially Chicago blues. You had Carrie Fisher as this mystery woman going around trying to kill him, and you come to find out she's a jilted, fiance that got left at the altar by John Belushi. John Candy, oh my God, he didn't do much, but just his presence alone just made it funny. The way he was dressed and just the way he was acting, sarcasm and just especially when it comes to the car crash here, you can see here crashing right into a truck. Hi, we're in a truck. So I mean, and that's towards the climax of the film. It was just, again, Candy doesn't have to do much, but he does deliver the goods back in the day. Again, the major, at this end of the film, the car chases around Chicago. You had the Army, the Navy, basically the entire, fire department, and you had the Nazis chasing after them. And these guys are just trying to save an orphanage. That's all they're trying to do. And they just ended up causing mayhem in the wake of just trying to do the good thing. As I said, they're on a mission from God. Again, folks, if you have not yet, especially with the young generation, check this film out, man. It's what comedy was supposed to be. It was directed by John Landis, who directed Animal House. Here you see Steven Spielberg, who was his friend, made an appearance. But again, check it out. John Landis went on to direct great comedies. They don't make them like this anymore, folks. So, all right, folks. Well, I give it 5 paws. Again, folks, check it out. It's all the time I got right now. We're still cruising around in the 1980s here, folks. So, thanks for watching. Keep on watching.
All set?
Hardest thing is keep your head on.
That should do it.
Trails.
I feel like killing you, brother.